Hello and welcome to the Robot is Dead gaming channel. I'm Robot, where you click and I live. At this point, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I was going to make you something that was very polished and very just well put together. And you know, I'm done. I'm done polishing things. I'm done with AI. I'm done with things being the way they are. Instead, I would rather just drop you into my life raw, and that's what you clicked for. You clicked for entertainment. I am existing for your entertainment, and I'm going to tell the truth. I'm tired of everybody running from their problems. I'm tired of Call of Duty running from its originality when it used to be, we show military channel, we bring hearts to the battlefield, we let you feel like you are a member of a team, make you attached to soldiers that aren't there, make you feel like you're really in a war scene. I don't get that feeling anymore. I'm just gonna... Recently, I saw a YouTuber that I really liked. His name is Text. He came back to basically do a sign-off. He claimed that his content was lightning in a bottle, and maybe it was lightning in a bottle because he solely based the design of his content around hate. I don't have the heart to do that. I don't have the heart to solely base my content around hate. I can give you a little bit of hate and say, hey, Ronald McDonald, Call of Duty sucks. It's fast food. But then I have to show you the love that I had for it. And here I am. I'm playing a mission that is in a battlefield, a desert battlefield. They explain it. They show you military channel clips. They show you where you are in World War II. They give you a loading screen where you get to come down here and you get to become this soldier who is backing up Bloomfield, Brooklyn, and you're sergeant. And eventually you're going to be promoted. And I'm playing this on normal difficulty. I'm here doing a jump in deep dive of me going in and clearing out a bunker. And the gunplay used to be good. The gunplay used to be so good that you could walk in a World War II history museum and know the weapons that were out, because the weapons that were being shown to you in the game mimicked real life. They were trying to tell stories. They're trying to tell stories about people. They were trying to tell stories about what happened. They were trying to tell a story for you. They made me so passionate at this point that I figured that I could jump in a military suit and go join. Literally, that's just, it was that passionate. It was so passionate that every door that they opened, I felt like I needed to be the one behind it. And this is a little bit before, what's that game where you breach and clear? There's a breach and clear game that has been around entirely too long. It is on modern day consoles. It's been around entirely too long. I can't think of it right now. And you're probably thinking of it right now, and you've named it. You went, Robot, how could you not think of that? And you know, that's where I am. That's where I am with all this shit. And Text, the way Text was talking about it, Text was talking about how he's giving up on games. And I'm not giving up on games. I think the games are the be-all, end-all escape still. To this day, I still think that games are the be-all, end-all escape. And not just escape. I think that I've generalized an escape as something that it's really not. Like, maybe it wasn't an escape. It was a superior form of storytelling. And I went to explain this the other day to someone. Someone asked me, you know, they said, hey, your game collection looks like my movie collection. And I said, the difference between your movie collection and my game collection is when I talk to people about my game collection versus when you talk to people about your game collection, is my game collection is something that people lived. They actually lived it. Now, I'm not giving you some highly edited thing like I usually do. Instead, I'm giving you a play-by-play of me just playing this game. I'm experiencing it on a CRT TV. Just in case you didn't know, that's a cathode ray tube TV. And I might be messing up the pronunciation of that right now because I'm so excited to talk to you about it. But back in the day, box TVs, they used to make them with light guns, a light gun in the back, and it would write script. That's why it's not in P's anymore. It would write line by line each frame. That's why old games, they look like, sorry I smack when I talk, but this is literally just me raw, and I'm giving you me raw, no Diddy. And it's
script by script being drew down the TV. Now, you aren't seeing this. You're seeing this in high def because I don't emulate any of my content. And I want you to know that. I don't emulate any of my content. All of my content is played on original hardware with original discs, which I've went out of my way to procure. And, you know, it's a thankless hobby. It's one of those things. I own 2 copies of this game. No, I own 2 copies of this game. And I love this game so much because it was the beginning of, that's me popping my knuckles. It was a now I can't even pronounce beginning. Look at me. It's the beginning of me loving this genre because Medal of Honor didn't do it for me. And there was a Desert Storm, American Conflict. That one didn't do it for me. And that was the competition that you had in this era. There were actual FPS competitions in this time. And this is about now, this is 2007. This is about 20 years ago now. I know we're in 2025, but I mean, it's right around the corner. You're looking at an antique. And of course it plays like one. You play a little bit of the sensitivity up, but the gunplay is still fire. And still how they're trying to make you be attached to the soldiers. They're trying to make you... When I came into this, I left my hurt at home. I came into this because I was trying to figure out, like, who am I? Again, I wasn't playing online with my friends. My Wi-Fi was down. AT&T decided that they wanted to have a longer outage than when Nashville got bombed, when the Batman building got bombed. I had my internet quicker than the last couple days. I went 26, 28 hours without internet. I mean, I started my new job and saw from the lunchroom in my new job that I didn't have internet at home. And while I didn't, I decided to heat up old pizza and dive into this. And when I came into this with an open mind and an open heart, and I wanted to kind of remind myself after all this talking that I did about Call of Duty, pardon my French, excuse me, if there are parents listening at home, I may bleep that out in post. And I'm so sorry, and I am so glad that you allow me to be in the homes of children all around, because gaming at the heart of it, it's anyone who can be a little bit childlike's hobby. I mean, look at what, Pokemon has done with its reprint for the 40th time. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for how it can bring us back to those formative, nostalgic years. But at the same time, I know it's for adults now. It's for people like me. It's for people who they want to relive their childhood, but at the same time, they want to be childlike, but not in an immature way. They want to experience what it's like to have imagination, because in this world, it's boundless. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of video games. If you're seeing these assets and you're thinking, oh, these are poo-poo assets, these assets they're just not. If you're a graphic fidelity freak, then this video is going to entirely bother you. But you know what? That's why I make them, is to connect to people who, there are going to be kids right now who are born who like Frank Sinatra. Soak that in. There are going to be kids that are born who like old music. There are going to be people around who like old things. They want to listen to vinyl instead of CD. I still put out vinyl, and I'm still going to do it. And it's no emulators. It's still just raw dogging it. This is how it appears, except it's a little bit more higher def. I can't give you the CRT TV experience, how I had to get out of my chair and get in the carpet to experience it. I can't give you that. I can't warm up pizza for 40 seconds made by teenagers down the road that totally undercooked the middle. I can't give you that. But what I can promise you is video games are still storytelling. They're still storytelling. AI may be taking over, and that's why I think that I'm embracing imperfection now. I'm embracing my ability to be eloquent and articulate, but at the same time, I'm embracing my own imperfections with this video and asking you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm doing very little editing because I want to see if at the heart of it, is it really about my editing? I don't think it is. I think it's about your love for video games, and you see my passion to jump into this. And I'm constantly going to do it. I'm constantly going to jump in, and I'm constantly going to give you my opinion. And I'm never going to not overthink this stuff. But the difference between me and the people I associate myself with, me and my pronunciation is just so off, but that's how you know I'm not AI. The difference between me and the people I associate myself with is I act on these urges. I decide to go back and have these experiences and record over them later, or be recording while I'm experiencing them to give to you. You deserve it. You really do. You deserve this entertainment. And if you're not being good to yourself, please be good to yourself. Drink water, eat food, take care of yourself in any way that you can. Please do, because there may come a day where you're the only person who has your back. And if you are, like as you see me backing up Bloomfield, if you're the only person who has your back, please, for my sake, if you would, take care of yourself. We all only have one shot at it. You think that you can pick up plenty of ammo with an M1 Garand around, but really, and it's never too late. It's really never too late. Like Colonel Sanders, he got it entirely too late. Like, did you know that he didn't develop the original recipe until way, way, way entirely too late? Like, it was after, you could arguably say most of his life is gone. And then at the end of it, he ended up selling his face for a lot of money. He went back to KFC, and he said the mashed potatoes taste like wallpaper paste. But I'm not trying to go on a tangent about Colonel Sanders. I'm trying to tell you, I think Call of Duty used to be an original idea before they became highway robbery. And the original idea was to tell stories of war and to make you attached to people who have souls, who are in different companies, that you have to six up. And these people, as you're sixing them up, you're realizing that you have oppositions. These oppositions are real. This is as real as your imagination makes it. It's not as real as the animation makes it, which that's the difference between then and now. Then you had to use your imagination a little bit. You did. That's the reason why my dad never got attached to video games when I was a kid. It had to be. Other than the fact that I don't think that he wanted to experience media in the way that everybody else experiences it, which people do enjoy movies and shows because it's a media that you get to experience, but you're a third party. Whereas gaming, when you get to experience it, you're first party. And this is a very first party experience. You are very much so living this. Yeah, the sticks didn't feel the same. They're a PS2 controller. The sticks aren't going to feel the same. It's got a little dust in the cracks. But at the heart of it, it's Call of Duty. To be called to duty. I was drafted to duty. I came here to perform war for my nation, essentially. Excuse me. For my nation. I came here to perform war. I'm here to reenact war. It's very much so Band of Brothers-esque. It's very much so, it's different, it's new, it's original, it's an idea that had not been so hashed out that it didn't have any flavor left in it. It's like looking at you're like I was talking about reheating pizza. You're reheating pizza so far after its date that at this point, no one is meant to appreciate it. And I'm not hating. I'm really not. I'm critically analyzing what has happened to the Call of Duty franchise as I'm playing on something that people would argue to be archaic. Yet I appreciated it. I got up after a few minutes of play, but that's because I've got this new job and I've reanalyzed my whole gaming collection. Now it is all spread out. It's the first time all 400 games are where they need to be. And it's the first time in a while that I've realized that some people don't deserve me. Think about that. Think about that for yourself. Who in your life doesn't deserve you? Who fight for relationships where people fight for you? If I could encourage anything by this very long Call of Duty video, it would be, and obviously what encapsulates this is fighting. Fight for relationships where people fight for you. Only fight for people who are going to fight for you. Don't go fighting for people who aren't going to fight for you. It's not worth it. People who aren't going to pick up the phone when you call, because like I said, it's good to block out the negativity. Not forever. It's really not. If you can hear the words, the M1 Garand in this game only reloads when you unload the clip entirely. Fight for people who fight for you. Fight for your company that fights for you. Fight for the people who have your six. There's some people out there who will, in accountability, tell you their flaws and let you work on your flaws, like with you. They are there to help you, to lift you up, to teach you. There is a company out there full of geniuses. They might be antisocial. They might be in a hole. They might be the type of people that are just not what you expected. But you went out of your way to associate yourself with them. So that's why you deserve this. And everyone does deserve this. Everyone deserves to smile. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone deserves to smile. I know I probably sound crazy, but that's the whole point of this channel. This channel is my passion project, my love offering to people. And every week I always want to give you something. And I promised you something last week. I promised you something that you wouldn't have normally gotten, and this is it. You wouldn't have normally gotten me emptying my heart out on this microphone, telling you about Call of Duty 2, Big Red One. But, you know, they could tell them different by their patches on their arm. And you could tell people by their struggle different by their eyes. You know, the eyes of people who have been through suffering, they literally change. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, but it is literally that. Your eyes encapsulate what you have captured in your soul. You could look at one half of the face and the other half of the face. They'll tell two different sides of a story. It's the wildest thing. Excuse me. I'm probably going to bleep that out in post as well. Take good care of yourself. I'm here. Please comment. If you played Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Has it been a while since you picked up the game? Do you not own a copy anymore? Does your PS2 not work? Ironically, my PS2 works better than all 6 Xbox original models that I own. I know that's different scenarios. I probably should be comparing PS1 to PS2, but also it's backwards compatible. So, and 360 is a lot of titles. It's backwards compatible, but still, love the PS2. I'll probably do another video on something pretty soon, but I don't want to take up too much of your day. And I love you. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And thank you most definitely for commenting. It means so much. And I'm here. Let's open the dialogue however we may. And be yourself. Care for yourself. And take care. Bye-bye.